Shalom, Israel. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Kakwadash, double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to like out there doing this work of faith and labor of love and true sincerity. I want to get into a quick lesson, just based upon Edom, man. Just because everything that he's done upon the face of the earth, and more importantly, to the Lord's chosen people, these devils got to pay, man. They got to pay in every which way possible. They make our lives living hells, man. Every way you can possibly think of, man. And it's just so sickening, for us to constantly have to be here in Babylon when we know we better than these red devilish bastards, man. I know brothers can definitely feel me, throughout the four corners, man. Like being under this devil is it's horrible, man. It's horrible, man. But let me just get into the scriptures. It's Ezekiel 25, Salakia. Ezekiel 25 and 12. Thus saith the Lord power, because that Edom have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and have greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord power. So Esau is going to get paid back for everything that he has done, period, man, for revenging himself. People will ask, well, where did the revenge start? And that's a good question. Well, where did revenge start? Well, you got to look back into the history. The apostles always say, in order to know the scriptures, you got to know history. And without knowing history, what do we know? We don't know nothing. The common saying is, in order to know where you're going, you got to know where you from or know where you've been. Something to that effect. I always get them quotes and stuff like that mixed up. But nonetheless, you get the point. So it all goes back to the revenge of them trying to get themselves up out of the caves, man. For us ruling over them, subjugating all other nations, us having the power and the glory, and ultimately, them getting the short end of the stick of the birthright and everything like that, and them being shoved into the caves, during the Dark Ages, that period of 1,000 years, where us as Israelites, we ruled, all up in Europe and things like that, right? They revenged themselves by having the Renaissance period, or the rebirth, and with that came the destruction of our people slowly and surely, man. That's what came out of that. Them defacing our images, them whitewashing everything. This was the start of their revenge, man. Once they laid claim to our nationality, through the history, when you go back to the King Kaigan Bullen, and all of that history, when you look into the Arthur Koestler, the 13th tribe book, right, and you get into all of that history, that clearly lets you know that this is where it all started. Them coming back into some form of power, them thinking that they're us, claiming our identity, thinking they're Israelites, and then it started from there down to the 13th and the 14th century was Rodrigo Borgia and his family, and so on down, man. And they started completely trying to eliminate us and take us up out of the picture, man. But during the Dark Ages, that was the period where everything was truly being defaced. Okay. And this is real quick. What I want? Oh yeah, First Maccabees. Salakia. First Maccabees 3 and 48. It says, and laid. Matter of fact, let me start back a little bit. Start back at 45, right? Verse 45. Now Jerusalem lay void as a wilderness. There was none of her children that went in or out. The sanctuary also was trodden down, and aliens kept the stronghold. The heathen had their habitation in that place, and joy was taken from Jacob, and the pipe with the harp ceased. Wherefore the Israelites assembled themselves together and came to Mizpah over against Jerusalem. For in Mizpah was the place where they prayed aforetime in Israel. Then they fasted that day and put on sackcloth and cast ashes upon their heads and rent their clothes and laid open the book of the law where the heathen sought to paint the likeness of their images, man. So this is what they came to see. And we see that to this day. This is what the heathen have done. This is what Esau have done. When you look at the King James 1611, the 400 year anniversary edition, they got a bunch of damn crackers in the book, man. They got all of these images in there, man, of them, man. Ain't no images of us. Ain't no images from the period of the Dark Ages. Ain't no images of King James in there. The real King James, that is. And this is the things that they've done, man. And this all goes, as we just said, this all goes back into the history. So these devils have to pay, you know. And now we have, you know, the younger devils within this present time. Their offsprings, or them coming back through the reincarnation, they're all still reaping the benefits of what they did aforetime, man. Setting that path for their future generations, as the scriptures say, right? As we all know this. Psalms 49:11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own after their own names. So they set up everything perfectly in place, leading on down the line, because they deep down they understand the spiritual aspect of things, but they just on the left hand side of things, man. So they set this all up purposely, man, knowing, you know, what they were going to do and to try to bring forth, man. And now, you know, them within these present time, they have to pay for all of that as well, you know. This is Isaiah 14:21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities, right? For I will rise up against them, and this is exactly what he's going to do, the Lord. But going back to Ezekiel 25:12-14, what the Lord going to do it by the hand of his people. He going to put in us his anger and his fury, man, because we don't have enough anger and fury in us that the Lord wants to do, that the Lord can get it done with. So the Lord like, yo, y'all got a lot in y'all. I know y'all angry. I know y'all frustrated, but that's not enough. I'm going to put my anger in you. So in that day, you're going to turn into a wrecking ball, man. You're going to turn into a wrecking machine, man. You know, because the average person can't stand the sight of blood that much unless you're just a crazy and deranged person. The average person can't, you know, see kids dying and this and all these different things going on without them bugging out, man. So the Lord is pretty much going to take us out of that humanly element, you know, and put us in a mind frame of a straight warrior when that day comes, man, and giving us those spiritual powers. And these devils deserve every single bit of it, man, you know. And we deserve what's coming to us, the kingdom, the glory, everything, man. You know, all praise be to Yahweh Shem Shah, man, for allowing us, you know, to have that grace and that mercy. And Lord willing, be a part of that chosen, you know. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith the Lord. And this is what these devils are coming to them, man. Just how they cut off all of our sons and our family members and different things like that. They cut us off from the homes in general. They cut us down, castrating us, you know, just doing all type of wicked, vain, and foul things, man. Trying to take us in front of our own women and things like that. When you look at the movie Drum, man, these devils got a lot to pay for, man. And the Lord is going to make them pay very damn soon, man. You know? Let me go to I'm going to go to Ezekiel 35. It's one of my favorite joints to get in on Esau. Like it says, Ezekiel 35:1. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. And that's what we're doing. We here in Babylon and we prophesying against Mount Seir, which represents Esau. You Edomites, you elites of the society, man, you know. And say unto it, thus saith the Lord, power. Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Because Edom, they don't mind shedding blood, man. They're reckless animals, man. You know, they're an endangerment to this whole society. You want to talk about endangered species, man. The Israelites, we the endangered species compared to Esau, because he's trying to murderize us every chance he get, man. Every second without a blink of an eye, man. But let it be their people, they get all the mercy and things like that in the world. You know what I'm saying? Because they have that sentiment for their people. They don't care about our people, man. The scriptures tell you that, man. Who will have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem, or who will go aside to ask how thou doest? They don't give a damn about us, man. Period, man. You know? They always had that hatred. They always had that bloodthirst, that lust within their hearts for us, man. Period. You know? So the same